Hello, a very good afternoon to you, and welcome to another episode of the Young Voices Forum. So today's discussion is going to be about digital skills, girls and digital skills. I think that the world is fast moving and everything is going digital now. Now even you can get your favorite book seller has an online place where you can actually place an order and it will be delivered. So today I have with me in the studio someone to help me discuss the topic girls and digital skills. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
I didn't get your name, so I'll let you do the introduction of yourself.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So my name is Jonathan Kotei.
Okay.
I'm with Comfort Ghana, and I'm part of the IT team at Comfort Ghana.
Okay. Jonathan, so welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
So when we say digital skills, what exactly are we looking at?
Okay, so digital skills is made up of two different terms, digital and then skills. When we say something is digital, it's basically using technology, all the various tools we have in technology, i.e. computers, smartphones, some television sets and all that. Yes, and skills are things, what you need to be able to do all the basic things you do on a daily basis. So digital skills basically is using technology to help you do what we do on a daily basis.
Okay. So I already mentioned in the introduction that the world is fast moving, and it's like everything is very digital now. So are digital skills a necessity this day, especially for young people?
Yes, I believe so. When COVID started, now you can't really talk much about a lot of things without bringing in COVID. I felt that COVID more or less moved us forward a few years, 5 years or 10 years. We would have gotten to where we are anyway, where now almost everybody is doing something online. Yeah. It was just a matter of time the world got to that stage. People were given quite a lot of excuses why they didn't need to acquire digital skills. People were making quite a lot of excuses why digital skills are not a necessity. When COVID came in, suddenly people who in one way or the other could not attend lectures online found a way to go online without even having to attend any classes. People suddenly needed to move their businesses online. People suddenly needed to move their business processes online so they can be able to communicate with their clients and customers and all that. So I feel that the world has gotten to that stage where you can't say no to digital skills. It's become a need for every person. It's become a core skill that you need to do to survive. Today, now when you're going somewhere in some parts of the country, when you want to move from one place to the other, you would need to get directions online and all that. So I feel that now it's a must. You can't say no to digital skills today.
Okay. So when it comes to digital skills, what is the market like right now? What are some of the readily available job prospects in the digital sector right now that people can look out for?
I would want to look at it in this way. Previously, we had quite a lot of jobs available and all that. Now, when you have digital skills, your prospect for getting a job increases. I don't have the statistics, but I know that currently, if you have someone who can teach and they are able to engage online, or they're able to use digital skills to facilitate their teaching and learning, their prospects or their value goes up. I know in some schools when COVID started, in our part of the world where we are now, when COVID started, the leadership of the school or the management of the school had to take the teachers through how to engage online so that they can move some of their lessons online and all that. If I were a teacher who already had such skills, if they need to do a layoff of some of the staff members, I'm not sure I would have been one of the people who would have been laid off, because I had skills that made me valuable when COVID came in and we were moving our engagement online. So I wouldn't say job prospects. I would want to look at it in this way, that once you have digital skills, your value in the job space increases and it makes you more marketable. Yeah, so whichever industry you want to find yourself. Now, there's this new term that is coming out there where they add tech to almost every industry. So they have food tech, they have agri-tech, they have edu-tech, they have business tech, fintech and all that. So it should tell you that now you can take tech out of all the industries out there, which to me, I mean, with being somebody in the space, I think it's a plus for us in the industry.
So when it comes to acquiring digital skills, do we have ones that are purposely meant for ladies and one purposely meant for, let's say gentlemen or men, or everyone can acquire any of it? Because before this topic came up, I was like, okay, girls and digital skills, because I am of the belief that, it doesn't really, you don't have to be a male or a female to do a particular thing in the digital world. But well, for learning purposes, I would like to hear your opinion on that.
So the world is a global village, as we say. Technology in one way or the other has even made the world quite much smaller than it used to be. The opportunities are out there. Even when it comes to the skills you need to acquire, they are out there. So let me use this example. When COVID started, maybe let me even use this example from another country. When Ebola started in some parts of Africa some years back, so most schools in those countries were closed down. They started some online sessions and all that. One of the main challenges they realized with that solution was a brilliant idea, execution-wise and all that. One of the main challenges they had was that they realized that it was not an equal space in terms of getting access to those opportunities. In the sense that, so you have in a rural community where maybe there's one computer in the ICT center. When they take a number of students, let's say 5 students, 2 girls, 3 boys, the girls are likely not to go and touch the computer. And it's a personal experience I also have from some of my engagements in rural areas. So you roll out an opportunity to help young people acquire skills. And when they go to the classroom, you realize that some of the students, mainly female, for one reason or the other, either are shy or are afraid they might break something, don't naturally get close to the computer. So yes, the opportunities are out there, but I think that to encourage more young women to go in there, would need women-tailored solutions or women-tailored opportunities to encourage more young women to go in there. And I know some schools are trying to do that. So when they go to the ICT lab, they split the class into 2, have the girls sit in one side of the lab, and then the boys sit in another side of the lab. And they do that so that among the young women, the students to computer ratio will be less. So you'd have 2 students behind one computer, but the boys' side, you'd have about 4 behind one computer, just to be able to level the playing field, to encourage more young women to acquire those skills. So yes, it's a level playing field, but execution-wise, we would need to do more than we're doing.
Okay, so what do you think is actually responsible for a lot of young women not forthcoming when it comes to acquiring digital skills?
I think it's quite a number of things. One of them being cultural. I mean, based on where we come from. Usually over time, you realize that when opportunities come, for one reason or the other, the boys go for it first. So one of them is cultural. The fact that we even want to talk about girls in ICT Day should tell you that there's a problem.
Yeah.
The fact that we've felt the need to have a day purposely for girls, the fact that when 1 or 2 women shine out there in the tech space, we make noise about it, should tell you that no, then we will need to do more. So culturally, yes. The other one being that the opportunities are also not much. So the few that come up there, the boys tend to pick them up. So maybe just these two.
Okay. So when it comes to digital skills, I think we are centering the conversation on girls today. What do you think that what digital tools do you think that girls can use to earn an income?
One, the social media we use every day. Yes, I feel that mainly young people, and for that matter young women, use social media by learning from other people. Yes, and we tend to learn from the people around us. So somebody would want to learn how to use Facebook because somebody else is using Facebook and they've seen a picture, so they're likely to go and ask them, how do I put this picture online? And very often somebody like that might not be using social media to make money. So social media, now there's quite a lot of opportunities online. There's Google, there's quite a lot of opportunities on Google, even on common WhatsApp. There's quite a lot of opportunities out there where you can run a business solely online. Previously, one of the things you would want to put in a budget if you're starting a business is maybe a workspace or a business space. Or now you don't really need to do that. You can just, in the comfort of your home, just start a business and you just do delivery, engage people online and all that. So maybe we've not done much in that space. We've not really spoken openly about those opportunities that young people, all the common things you do on social media and all that, you can just add a business twist to it and you can. I know people who started video blogs online. They have an audience, they speak to them and they monetize those pages and they make some money. So yes, not having to go all the way out there, but all the common things we use every day. Yeah.
So when it comes to starting, trying to learn a digital skill, where can one start from? Where do you start from?
Google.
Okay.
Yes. So now, almost everything you'd want to do, you'd have to search online. So first off, I would advise somebody who wants to do that is, what is out there, because the tech space is a very, it's a very broad space.
Yeah.
So first, find out what's out there, and then even not just finding out what's out there, but now there's almost a tech skill for some skills you have already. So you don't have to go outside of your comfort zone. If you're a critical thinker and all that, you would want to look for a skill that would take advantage of those strengths. If you're somebody who is interested in numbers and all that, you would want to go use a tech skill that would help you enhance those strengths and all that. So yes, start from Google. You can search as simple as digital skills related to numbers or maths or something, and it will come up with, I'm sure, quite much more information than you could consume in a day.
Okay, so if you just joined us, this is the Young Voices Forum, and today we are discussing girls and digital skills. You can share the video, you can leave your comments or your questions in the comment section, and we'll get to them when we have the time. But before I continue, I'm giving out my first airtime. So this is Vodafone. So if you are watching and you have fast fingers, you definitely get this. So the numbers are as follows: 2099 41 49 27 2062. I repeat: 2099 41 49 27 2062. That is Vodafone. So if you got it, kindly indicate it in the comment section and let me know. And also keep your questions or your comments coming so that this discussion can benefit everyone. So still on the digital skills, I want to know, why is digital skills important for girls? Because today I think the focus is on girls. Why is digital skills important for girls?
So first I would say that so they don't get left behind. The world is moving digital. I said earlier on that COVID has more or less, I see COVID in a positive way. I mean, it's unfortunately the number of deaths and all that, but positively, advancements in economies and all that, I see that COVID more or less has moved us fast forward about 5-10 years. Now people are embracing technology. People are as a matter of necessity learning how to engage online. Just last 2 weeks, I was reading a book online and it was talking about how to even conduct yourself on an online interview. For someone to have thought it wise to put a book like that together, she'll tell you that now people are interviewing online, people are working from home, people are doing business online. So just so they don't get left behind, that's number one. The world is moving digital. And also, to also make them much more competitive than they are. Yes, there are a number of women out there who are doing quite a lot. They are making quite a lot of impact and all that, not just in the tech space, but generally. Now, if you don't add digital skills to whatever you're doing, your impact you will not be able to reach quite much more people than you would have loved to do. So, yes, that's why it's a necessity that young women acquire digital skills.
Okay, so what can schools or parents do to support this?
One, for the schools, trying as much as possible to create that awareness. COVID has done part of the work. Now people realize that they would need to go online. Now you need to be intelligent when it comes to digital skills, because you might just fall prey to some unscrupulous people out there and all that. So yes, that awareness, letting people know that it is important that they acquire digital skills, letting young women know that it is important that they acquire digital skills. Usually people don't really invest much in things because they don't see what value that is going to add to whatever it is that they want to do or going to enhance what they are doing already. So having to do that's letting them know and doing that linkage that no, now digital skills will enhance whatever it is you're doing. All right. I remember in the past when you talk to a young woman and you want to advise them and tell them, oh, maybe you should try tech. They'll say, oh, no, I don't want to go around lifting computers here and there. That was the mindset back then. Now it's people are in tech and they don't even touch computers and all that because you can use quite a lot, much more tools out there. So doing that education from the school level and deliberately introducing the young woman to some of the prospects we have out there. People are looking for opportunities. So once you let them know what prospects they have if they choose a career in tech, or yes, I think that it will be easier to push them in that direction.
Okay, so about the tech industry, are there role models they could look up to in the field when it comes to tech? Women, preferably.
Yeah, of course, I would have mentioned women. Regina, I don't know if you know Regina Hunu of Soronko Solutions and Soronko Academy. So Soronko Solutions is a software development organization or company.
Okay.
Yes, they do quite a lot of software development stuff out there. They have an academy called the Soronko Academy. That's more or less like the non-profit aspect of what they do, and their focus is trying to encourage more young women to go into tech by running coding clubs and running coding clinics for young women. Sometimes go into the various schools, have these young women have a feel of laptops and all that. I remember some time back when we were in a school in some part of the central region, and they were using tablets to run a session they were trying to do. And one of the students mentioned that the first time she had seen a tablet and actually handled it was when it was brought to the classroom. And so I was asking her what impact she had seen. And she said that the first time she was afraid. She was afraid because, one, she has that mindset that it's very expensive. If it breaks, she can't buy it. And so she didn't really want to. She was not comfortable and relaxed enough to learn how to use it. But the lead facilitator consciously tried to get them to be relaxed about it and break that anxiety they have about it. So programs like those run by Soronko Academy and all that are trying to break that barrier we have out there. There's this other young woman, Ivy Bali, of Developers in Vogue. They are also strictly women-oriented. I think almost 100% of their staff are young women. And what they do is that they also encourage young women to go into tech, preferably into software development. So what they do is that at the senior high level and then the university tertiary level, they come to the schools, they run more or less like workshops or clinics just to engage a young woman and let them know that, yes, you might be studying psychology, but with skills in coding or software development, you could build apps in the psychology industry that would help solve a problem. Yes, and it's something they are also trying to do out there. Yes, so I think these two young women.
Okay. So about the tech world, I think if we look at 10 years ago and now, I'm sure that the number of women in tech has increased. There's been an increase. Like you are mentioning people right now, and all the time we see people running coding, classes, and they're always, encouraging females to apply. So do you think that there will be a digital transformation for girls when it comes to tech? Do you think that like maybe from now till the next 10 years, would we have a lot of young women in tech?
I think 10 years even seems a bit far.
Okay.
So Ivy and Soronko came. I know quite a lot of other young women. So one of the things that these programs do is that, so they do like a mentorship program. So when you go through their program, you're also required to mentor a number of young women as a way of giving back to their program. So I know there's quite a lot of young women who are being reached. Yes, so I think that yes, 10 years seems a bit too far away. I'm sure within 5-7 years we should have quite much more young women coming out there, and now most of them are going into software development because almost all the platforms we have run on software. So you may not end up in software development, but as a starting point. So that's why most of them are doing that. And I believe that it's just a matter of time you have quite much more women in tech as leaders in tech in Ghana and Africa and the world. Yes.
Okay, so some words of encouragement for young girls that want to go into tech.
So tech is an interesting place. The prospects are there. All you need is just a device and then you can go online. Now, there's quite a lot of opportunities that keep coming up. There are platforms where they encourage young women. You'd see a program being run also if you're a female, you'd get a 90% discount and all that. Yeah, so I think that now much more than ever, it's easier to venture into the tech space. Whatever industry you find yourself in, if you add digital skills to it, it makes you much more valuable. It even changes how you even understand what you're doing and all that. So computers don't bite. Let me put it that way. So I'd encourage young women to, the same time you spend on social media to do all that Instagram and all that, spend a little bit of that time and then try to acquire some knowledge in digital skills. And I think that it would that would make you a leader in the short and the long term. Thank you.
Okay, so today our conversation was with Mr. Jonathan. We talked about girls and digital skills. If you joined us, I'm sure that you've learned a thing or two from it. So a very big thank you to everyone that joined in the conversation today, and a very big thank you to you, to Mr. Jonathan. And this has been quite an insightful discussion. So until we come your way same time next week, my name is Rahel Enchi, and I was your host for today.